You see this right here? This is you. And you see this guy right here? That's also you, but after you listen to my advice. I want to talk about a couple things today to help you guys out. That is the main aim of this channel in every single regard. Whether I'm doing some kind of product review, giving a editing tutorial, or talking about things like I'm talking about today. My aim of my YouTube channel and everything I do on social media is to help you guys in some way, shape, or form. So if you know you can trust a product and if you'll really enjoy it, how to grow your own streaming career, how to better your lives, that is the central purpose of everything I want to do with my career. And I'm taking you to the top, kid. Today, I'm speaking to those out there who want a career in content creation. Whether you're just getting into it now or you've been doing this thing for a while, there's a couple specific things that we tend to forget as people. Some tips that we need to be reminded of to help us be our best as content creators. What are those tips, Duckaja? In today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 things to keep in mind to push yourself further and further as a content creator. We're going to hop right into it, but I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'm so appreciative of you guys. Not only do I consider you guys viewers, but I consider a lot of you my closest friends. Growing this community has meant a lot to me, and to see where it's at now, to see the interaction that I have with you guys, it's mind-blowing. It's really so cool. So if you're new around here and you like the vibes today, if you enjoy some of the things I have to say to you, consider subscribing. It's a simple click of a button. Join the family. We're almost at 50,000 subscribers. I've mentioned this in a couple of videos, and most of you probably know this by now, but I've been doing content creation for almost 3 years at this point. I've done it all. I've done gaming videos, food reviews, food challenges, G Fuel reviews, vlogs. I've even done makeup tutorials here on this channel. I have touched nearly every genre of video that you could probably think of off the top of your head. Some things have worked better than others, but I've gathered a couple of helpful tips over the years of doing this that have at least helped me get to this point. One super important thing to keep in mind right off the bat is that there's not one right way to do all of these things. Like I said, a lot of my career has been trial and error, and it's gonna be for many, many years to come. But that's really the main point of this whole thing. There's no rules, there's no set guidelines to say what you should or shouldn't do. It's up to you to forge your own path, and that's the beauty of being a content creator. But however, there are some tips involved that can make things easier on you. There's certain tools that I've picked up that I feel like have helped me and could probably help you too, and that's simply all I want to cover today. So let's get into it. Step number 1, grow a mustache. No, I mean, that could probably help you too. Step number 1, you really have to stop listening to everyone and everything around you. I can't stress enough how much I've been impacted by listening to those around me and their opinions. Everybody has an opinion, everybody's a critic, and some people do mean well, but a lot of times certain opinions and criticisms can influence you negatively as a content creator. When you're living by everybody else's standards of success, you're never gonna forge your own. I think a lot of people tie in success to numbers or making certain kinds of content, XYZ, whatever it may be. That rhymed. You have to decide what success is for you. I would even say for me personally, it's not been until fairly recently until I've made my own levels of success. I used to kind of hear the outside noise about what kind of videos people wanted me to make, what my subscriber count should be at this point in time of doing YouTube, who I should be collaborating with, all of these different suggestions and opinions. And I feel like sometimes suggestions can be helpful, but getting too many opinions and getting too many suggestions can sometimes be detrimental to what you want as a content creator. I have come to the conclusion personally that my standard for success is impacting people in any way, shape, or form. Whether that be 1,000 people or 400,000 people or whatever. If I can impact people in a positive way, the creation was a success. And I have goals and things that I'm trying to achieve alongside that, but I have to keep it in the forefront of my mind that those goals and other achievements are not the meaning and standard for my success. And that first step takes so much pressure off of me personally. I feel like I can create almost just about anything with the same intention in mind of impacting some audience in a good way, and then I always feel like I'm successful no matter how many views or how many people I touch with it. I've created that standard for myself, and the more I work toward that and the more I make that my number 1 high priority, the happier I am when I'm doing what I'm doing. Figure out what this thing is to you. That's the beauty of content creation and being a creative. You can be anything you want. Use your imagination. So now that we covered number 1 and you're making your own standard of success, you have to then be driven by the right things. Yes, you know what your standard of success is and what you want to achieve with every project, but what really drives you? Are you driven by spur of the moment motivation, or are you driven by straight up discipline every single day? Very early on in my career, it was very difficult for me to grasp this concept, as it is for a lot of people, but when I started doing YouTube in the first year or two, I would go on these long stints of being productive and uploading, but then some weeks I just would not. I wouldn't upload for a month or two. And I feel like when you work in this industry and you're trying to achieve your goals, whatever they may be, being driven by motivation is the worst thing, because motivation can fleet. That can go away in a quick moment. I'm not gonna lie to you, as I sat down to record this video today, I was not motivated to do it. But there's a level of discipline you have to develop to push through those moments when you're not even motivated one bit. Time and time again, when you push through and do things based off of discipline and schedule instead of how you feel on that day, you're most likely gonna start to live up to your own expectations and standards of success. And isn't that what you want out of content creation, is to feel successful, to feel liberated, to feel validated in what you do. And it's not an easy thing. It's not gonna happen overnight. You might feel motivated after you watch this video and you hear me getting so fired up for you. But next week, after you're done watching this and you're chilling in bed watching anime and you just had dinner and you're feeling kind of lazy, what are you gonna do then? You're probably gonna sit in that bed and be lazy. And that's okay. It doesn't have to happen overnight, and that's another point I'm about to get to in a minute. But keep it in the forefront of your mind. Do little things to remind yourself to be disciplined as much as you can. I have a little note I keep on my desk that says Pause on it. That's kind of been like the design for a lot of my merch, my main motive for everything I do. I keep this on my desk at all times so I can see it when I'm filming, when I'm streaming. I've set a physical reminder there for me to look at and say, okay, this is what I need to keep focusing on. This is my drive. This is my discipline to help spread positivity, because that's my goal. That's my standard of success. So write down your goals. Write down where you want to be. Have it where it's visible to you so you can see it or remind yourself in the moments where you don't feel like doing this. The last note I'll give on discipline is, if you apply it to this area of your life, content creation and doing everything online, imagine how many other areas of your life you can apply the same logic to. Motivation is good, but discipline is key. So keep that in mind, okay? You see yourself here? You're about halfway to the top, okay? Stick with me. Now that you have a standard of success, you're working on being disciplined, you have to be consistent now. Some people start to get the discipline, but they never really find the path they're taking with YouTube to start, at least. I know I'm one of those people for sure. When I started doing YouTube, I did so many different things on my channel at one time. The videos that worked out for me the most were G Fuel reviews. I decided almost 2 years ago that I was going to be consistent with putting out reviews on this product from G Fuel because I loved it, it tastes really great, and it seemed to be doing well on YouTube at the time. So I promised myself when I posted my first Sour Blue Chug Rug video that I was going to post these until they started to get some level of recognition. I posted G Fuel videos for a solid year and 3 or 4 months before I had my first video get over 100,000 views, and now my G Fuel videos had become the first staple of this channel. It's the first thing a lot of people have ever known me for, and it's given me gateways into doing so many other things I want to do now on this channel because I have an audience. I found something that worked, I was consistent with it with a good successful goal in mind, and you can be too. So pick your thing. Find the thing that really interests you. Ask yourself what videos you like to watch. Get a topic that is very diverse and you can cover a lot of different videos on, and do it consistently. At least 1 to 3 times a week, post videos on this topic, and as you start to grow, you'll be able to venture out into doing multiple different things. But I think specifically when you're starting out, you have to have a niche. That's how you start building an audience, and through your personality and what you do with your editing is how you really cap. Another YouTuber I watched put it really well. His name is Harris Heller. He's known as the Stream Doctor, and he gave a line in one of his videos. I'm paraphrasing, so forgive me. He said something around the lines of that people come to him thinking this is a Stream Tips channel, but really it's a personality channel disguised as a Stream Tips channel. And when he said that, and I was watching his like 20th video of the day, I was like, oh my goodness, it is. I don't care about half of the things he was even talking about in some of these videos. No offense to him, but I love his personality now, and I'm involved with his channel. And same thing goes with my G Fuel videos. People come to watch the G Fuel reviews, but they don't understand that the channel is really a personality channel masked as a G Fuel channel. It's genius. So pick your thing and disguise your personality as another topic. That seems to be the best way to grow on YouTube in 2020 right now. Don't rely on the algorithm or getting lucky. Rely on consistency coming from your discipline that have good, successful outcomes. Next up, I know I'm saying all of this stuff about how to be successful and being consistent and disciplined, having good motives and everything, but you can't deny the fact that you're human. And I want to normalize failure for content creators. Not in like a huge scale way where your career just falls off the map, but when you have bad days, and you will have bad days with this job, you don't need to kick yourself for it. Being disciplined and staying consistent is important, but it is not worth killing yourself over. If you miss one upload, if you miss one stream, that's okay. Take that day off, but go right back to trying to be consistent through discipline, not motivation. I'm a huge proponent for this point because I know I have fallen subject to a whole trail of being unproductive. just because I felt so bad about the one day I let myself go. I think if we normalize the fact that we're all human beings and we're gonna fall short sometime, then we're gonna feel okay about it. Then we're gonna say, you know what, today was a bad day, but tomorrow is gonna be better. Don't be like me a year or two ago when I was on this nice month-long upload stretch. I got burnt out and tired one day, and then I skipped everything. I felt so guilty and tired, and this led into a cycle of me just sitting in bed. It's hard. It's hard to fight, but I know you can do it. It's very, very true that the lows can sometimes be just as addictive, if not more addictive, than the highs can be. So be okay with falling short some days, but try your best not to get addicted to those lows. Take time for yourself, be responsible for your health, stay disciplined the next day. When you fall down, get back up, keep trucking through, keep your successful goal in mind. And having all of these good patterns will be helpful tools for when you inevitably do burn out and fall short some days. So get back up! Your crown is falling, king! So that means there's only one more point to make until you're at the very tippity top of the mountain. You can't even see yourself in the frame because you're just that high up. But I think number 5 is equally as important as the rest of these. You can't rely on anyone else in the world for success other than yourself. I think this is a big problem with people in particular in the gaming industry. They think when they join a gaming organization or they collab with the right YouTuber, they will then be set up for a lifetime of success and doing content creation as a full-time career. In most cases, that is the furthest thing from the truth. I get asked this quite a bit on my Twitch stream, by the way, where I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But a lot of you guys seem to have questions along the lines of, how do I get a sponsorship? Like, how do I get partnered with G Fuel? How do I get companies to send me free things for promotion? How do I join a gaming org? And as your wise sensei, I just sit there and smile and laugh. That's not the way. You don't want to do it that way. There's a plethora of companies that try to reach out to me to do collaborations here on this channel because they see a lot of value in it, but I'm not ready to do a lot of collaborations yet. I work with a select few companies because I believe in these brands, and if you're taking every offer from any brand that just throws money at you, then what's the value of your brand? What does your word even mean? And with joining a gaming organization, you know, if there's no long-term goal, if you're not getting paid to do so, what is the main point of it? Just to have some letters in front of your name? I get there's a lot of reasons why you can join orgs and collaborate with this person or that person, but I think you really have to check your motives before you do any of it. Is this thing really helping you with your successful goal that you set up at the beginning here? Be an individual, work on your brand. You can do it because you're smart. Overall, I just wanted to point out a couple things that have impacted me as a content creator over the years. Some things I think that can help you if you really put it into practice. And I don't know, sometimes it's just helpful to hear a fresh perspective on stuff like this. So hopefully I did help somebody out there. If you guys like videos on this and you have questions about anything else pertaining to content creation, how to grow, or anything else for that matter, please leave your questions in the comments down below. Maybe whatever you suggest or ask will make its way over to my channel as a video. But that's just about everything for me. Hopefully you guys gained some good knowledge out of this. And on top of that, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did and you don't mind doing so, go ahead and drop a sub-like. That's a subscribe, a like, and a comment. And I will see you in the next video. Moment and say a big shout out to Soccer Polak and Gruff Talk for being the only tier 5 supporters of the channel. Tier 5 supporters get a shout out by name at the end of every single video. I record unique outros saying thank you to you guys for believing in me and supporting me financially every month. I literally would not eat without you. If you guys want to become a member today, you can click the link down below to join at any tier. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.